Hello, good afternoon. It's Lindsay. It is today is Sunday, July 27th, 2025, and I just want to talk more about I want to document more bizarre things that have happened in the past few days, and I can assure you that this is not any random coincidence because as I've talked about before, my going to the gym, my being exploited by family for so long, monetarily and psychologically, is no secret and no accident. By what they're doing, they know what they've been doing, all the tactics they've used, and the fact that it had all to do with when I moved here in 2016, especially, and the fact that I had found that will belonging to Lita Bess Griffith. And so it's all connected. And I really am quite sure and confident now that I know of what I'm talking about, because I clearly see the patterns of manipulation started, well, long before I moved to San Antonio. But whenever I found that will, or that will found me, basically, on accident, living in Kenny's house on 3302 Ferndale in Houston, in the will of Lita Bess Griffith, my great-grandmother just fell. Basically, I was in the closet and just fell on my head. I was cleaning out the closet, doing something, and the thing just fell down from a shelf and literally landed on top of my head. So I don't know. So that tells me that I was meant to find that document. That tells me that that was some kind of spiritual intervention, maybe by her spirit. You never know. These things happen in weird ways. But so ever since that happened, my life changed overnight, because she found out somehow without my telling her. We got into a huge argument one day about some things. When I was still living in Houston, this was prior to my being kicked out of her house and put in that situation at Canton Street, 646 Canton. So we got into a big fallout, Kenny Griffith Baldwin, and myself, her supposed daughter, Lindsay. My name's Lindsay Hill Baldwin. And I'm stating the names because this is more, for me, this is becoming just documenting all this stuff, because I have to, for my own records for this, because it is becoming a legal situation, more and more a legal battle. And I'm going to try to take it to if I have to, I'm fighting it. I'm battling this every day, because all the signs are clear that there's something going on behind my back with these people angry because I figured too much out, and they're angry. They're mad at me. I'm being punished by people who I don't even know, because they didn't expect me to come this far. They assumed that years ago I would have either been dead or put in some mental hospital. But now that I've been speaking out about all this stuff, and maybe I sound more coherent than I did at one point, because all the frustration and agitation and humiliation and anxiety when you're trying to talk, whenever they pressure you and overwhelm you at once, obviously you can't, they want you to have abuse amnesia. They want you to not remember things, but I do remember things. And that's why that fucking man was sent into my life to distract me. That I can assure you, that demon who was sent during that probate case, once again, sent to distract me and to keep me from what is mine and from knowing the truth. That's obvious. I figured that out a long time ago, and I was just, how could they assume that I'm so dumb to not see the patterns and how this is all connected to money and control and power over my life and my decisions, and how they can exploit me in ways that I never approved of. And I'm talking they, I mean my mother, who's like using me as a fucking cash cow, basically, or who has been exploiting me in ways my entire life, obviously profiting off of me illegally in that fucking Bob Sussman. It's obvious that they made money off me. And I know that they did, starting when I lived in Austin, Texas, and being filmed. That's what these people do, and they lie to your face about it, but it's obvious that there's money that was made off of me in ways that are embarrassing to me but that's what they did. And they want to act like I'm crazy, and no, they're the ones who are crazy for doing that, because they know what they did, and that was wrong. When I tried to fight that legally years ago, when I knew what I had done and I was embarrassed and I tried to get legal help and they prevented me from doing that because they had already fucking done perverted shit with these dumb fucks that filmed me and did whatever the fuck they did with those videos, put it on the dark web or whatever, these perverts, Jewish fucking perverts involved. And yes, I'm sorry. No, I'm not sorry. I'm saying it for what it is, but they are perverts. They're perverts, a lot of these people. And they exploited me emotionally, physically, financially when I was vulnerable. And they know what they did. It was they're disgusting people who do that kind of thing. And I should get compensated. What I think is it because of the suffering that I've endured, the embarrassment and humiliation of years of being gaslit, gang stalked, fired from jobs, failed everything because of what these fucking people set me up for years ago, knowing what they were doing to me. I feel I should get compensated. I should be getting compensated for all the abuse, I should get restitution for all this because that's taking advantage of people illegally and wrong. It's wrong to do that. And so back to what I'm trying to say, how this is all connected. And then when I get here to San Antonio, first of all, when I'm living in Houston and at Kenny's house on Ferndale, that fucking huge house, it was some architect named whatever Daniel Fox, I guess. I don't know how she was able to, I mean, it's none of my business, but all of a sudden she acts, she's just I don't want to even talk about her, but I don't like her. I don't get along with her. I never have. I never will. And that's just the way it is. And I certainly didn't get along with Bob Sussman and his family. Never liked me. And they treated me like I was a fucking object who they could control as well. The few times that I did meet them, that's what they were trying to do. And they think I'm too dumb to see all the names that they use that are correlated with Bob Sussman's family. You know, it's like, how do they think I'm so dumb as a targeted individual, and the way I'm able to discern and see patterns? How can I be that stupid when clearly there's money involved, and it's all about money and trusts and wills? The fact that she was married to that man, the fact that he was a criminal defense attorney, the fact that he was trying to manage my finances and my life and all these fucking set up jobs that I have, including Spantran, which was run by a Jewish woman named Barbara, a Jew lady, that whole job was a joke, a setup once again, you see? But they think I don't understand, that I'm too dumb to see all that I'm so stupid. I see it. I can remember everything. I can remember everything, every job I've had, how every single job has basically been a setup, a trap to exploit me. I never got paid hardly. I was just used, and these people it's gone on for years. And so, that right there tells me that they're hiding something that has to do with money that I believe I inherited, that they tried to keep secret because, Lindsay doesn't deserve that, or Lindsay's mentally ill, or, she's not ready for that. That was their excuse for doing what they did to me. And they started doing this a long time ago. But that's a fact. I'm willing to bet money right now that that's what's going on. It's obvious. I know that. I know, but they're still trying to hide the truth from me. They make me try to jump through all kinds of hoops and whatever to get the actual truth, whereas they're having all these fucking meetings behind my back, things being signed, people talking about me, strange things happening where people obviously know things about me, but I'm not being told. And that's obvious, especially when I go to a gym, and I've been going to that same gym, or Gold's Gym now, for close to 10 years, so they all know. You see how it's all connected? It is, because these people, I like I said, I can bet money that that's what they're doing to me. I'm not trying to sound grandiose. These are facts. I'm stating facts about what targeted individuals go through when there's finances involved, inheritance disputes, and contracts, and life insurance policies and whatnot. These are the things that will happen to a person who's been exploited. And when you've signed forms and release forms and you've been filmed, such as in myself, these are the things that can happen to somebody. So I have no reason to exaggerate or make any of this stuff up. Everything that I'm talking about is 100% true, accurate. And that I can assure you. I swear to God. Everything I'm saying is true. And people don't like that. And I don't care if you don't like me or not. That's not my point. My point is to get this across so that people see what really goes on in the real world, when there's Masonic secret fucking societies involved, the Canaanite court system that's run, these things are real, and they try to hide it and act like that's not, it's all biased, it's all good old boys club, it's all let me suck your fucking dick and y'all suck, it's all disgusting. But it's very perverted. And this is a fact, because they exploit women. If you're a woman and speak out against this shit, against Freemason men who are mostly faggot, closeted gays or perverts, then they're going to hate you and go after you and ruin your life, because they don't want their secret out there. The closet, most of them involved with these secret societies, 33rd degree Masons, and a lot of these people are closeted gays and bisexuals. That's not everybody. And the whole fucking Hollywood shit, they're all faggot gays running the whole fucking town. Jews and gays are, actually, it's run by, actually the Hollywood is run by DARPA, the military. The Jews are just behind the scenes, but it's actually military DARPA crap basically in the fucking dumb Hollywood, which everybody's obsessed with that stupid shit. But it's all military, it's all CIA, it's all Freemasons and Jesuits and secret society crap. And if you start researching The Curse of Canaan by Eustace Mullins and start educating yourself about Murder by Injection, once again a book by Eustace Mullins, and really educate yourself and listen to people about what they say about these secret societies and about Hollywood and about the military and about Freemasons, and you'll see that what I'm saying does have some validity. It might sound like a conspiracy theory, a lot of what I'm talking about, but actually it's not. It's not a conspiracy theory when it's actually really happening in real time. The surveillance, the illegal surveillance that they do, the gang stalking, that's not a figment of my imagination. That's actually really happening. And I should know, as a targeted individual. They think I'm that fucking dumb to not see the street theater, the crap that they do to try to distract me or get my attention or to try to confuse me or overwhelm me, all done by the military and corrupt law enforcement and people punishing me for exposing these motherfuckers for what they did to me. That's called, what I'm doing is getting divine justice. And I have to advocate for myself because most people are too chicken shit to speak out against this crap. Yet you call yourselves targeted individuals. You have bullshit. Really? But you're afraid to show your face on a YouTube video and you hide behind a fucking mask, but you're a target. What are you afraid of? If you're really a targeted person being harassed by the government and stalked, then what the fuck are you afraid of? Why are you hiding your face? What's a big deal? You see? So I don't believe anybody. Why should I believe if they say that they're really a targeted individual? Prove it to me. Prove it to me by doing a video and confessing about it and talking about what happened to you. And then maybe I'll believe you. But these people are stupid. They're just dumb. They follow, they're hive-minded. They think that they're better. They think they're smarter than everybody because of their credentials or their physique or whatever. So they bully people, a bunch of adult bullies who like to gang up on somebody and make fun of people and make you feel small and invisible because it inflates their fucking ego, because most of these people involved with these organizations, albeit the fucking police, the sheriff's department, the goddamn CIA, the military, the FBI, they're all very psychopathic type personalities. Psychopathic people love to be in control and think that they have power and authority over everybody, and that's their mindset. And if somebody is not in the line with how these people think, then you become a target on their blacklist. Or if you're a political dissident who speaks out against a fucking bullshit, fake fucking war on terror, for example, or against the abuse of Palestinians, for example, then you become a targeted individual, such as myself. Or if you don't believe in the official fucking 9/11 narrative, then once again you become a targeted individual. And you can't get a fucking real job. You get gang stalked every fucking where you go. And as soon as you walk into a goddamn store, the alerts go off, and so everybody knows you're in there. The fucking security people follow you all over the fucking place. That's what I've been going through for the past, 20-something years. So it's nothing new to me. Nothing at all. It's just, they just change it. They change it according to where you live, what environment you're in. They just change the people around, but it's the same fucking thing. You could go to live halfway around the world and it's going to happen to you there. You can live in a different neighborhood, be around different people. It's still going to happen if you're a legit targeted whistleblower political dissident, because basically what they're doing is using punitive psychiatry to make sure that everybody, oh, that person is unhinged, they're mentally ill, they're crazy, they're delusional, simply for thinking differently. For thinking in an abstract way, you become an enemy combatant in this society where people think that it's free and you have the freedom of speech, the freedom of expression. And no, you don't. Not as soon as you set your foot in a fucking corporation like a gym, like Gold's Gym, where everybody's like in this San Antonio military city, they're all fucking military and pro-Israeli shit, most of them. They don't give a fuck about individual rights. They just care about hive mind mentality. And if you're not in the military and you go to a fucking gym in a city like San Antonio where there's mostly military or veterans, they fucking target you. Okay, yeah, I know this for a fucking fact. I've been going through for almost 10 goddamn years now. It was bad in Houston, but it's 50 times worse in San Antonio because all the fucking military people here. So I've had to survive that shit big time every day. You can't imagine the crap, the gaslighting, the hazing shit they do to me. It's horrible. It's abusive. It's psychological terrorism, and I'm still alive. But they have tried over and over and over again to run me out of every fucking gym, out of the neighborhood, out of everything that I try to do, they sabotage because so-and-so doesn't like me. So-and-so doesn't like what I stand for or something about my, you know what? Who the fuck are you to judge me? And let's get a shovel and start digging into your fucking past. Every little thing about you, let's analyze it and let it go out into the public so that people see that I'm not the only one who's not so perfect. There's other people out there who have a shady past or some shit from their past that they did when they were in their 20s. I'm not the only one. But they certainly have to make it look like I'm the only person in the world who's ever fucked up in life and is such a failure. Bullshit. I don't let these people get to me anymore. I really don't. I just say I get a little bit upset for a little while, and then I'm just like, fuck it. I'm so used to letting people go, and that's all I've ever known. My entire life, I've been used to people coming and going out of my life, little fucking actors with their little script shit for one season, then they're gone, and then they reappear a couple months later, you know, with a changed script or changed fucking haircut or whatever. They lost some fucking weight or they're coming back to try to impress me. Get the fuck away. You know, once you fuck me over and lie to me and try to do that, don't ever try to come back if you did me wrong. I don't fall for your fucking shit the first time. But then they try to come back. Oh, I've been on it. They try to come back all looking different, like I influenced them somehow to lose. The shit that they do to me to try to make me feel stupid or bad, like because a lot of it is what they're doing is projecting their own insecurities onto me, like I'm their goddamn therapist, and I'm not your fucking therapist. I'm not anybody's fucking life coach or therapist. I'm not doing that. What I'm doing these videos is for myself. I'm not here to hold your hand and be your little fucking therapist, your little mommy, or suck your fucking dick, or baby you and tell you everything's gonna be okay. And no, that's not my job. I'm not here to placate and be nice anymore. I've been there, done that, only to get stomped the fuck all over and almost died from all the anxiety and stress. So no more of that. That's done with. Over. Done and over. So all that shit, the fact that Kenny put me on that house at Canton, all the crap they did to me, trying to put me in a mental hospital, having some fucking bizarre intervention with Gwen showing up and Greg, and then this court case shit that they did try to put a guardianship on me back in 2016, and that fucking thing failed because I kept fighting it, so they had to fucking dismiss that shit because they're like, she's not crazy. What you can't do that to somebody who's not. So they knew, so they dismissed the fucking thing. And then once again, the bitch tries to do the same goddamn thing when Alan dies in 2023. Once again, Kenny, the narcissist, tries to pull the same goddamn thing she did in 2016. Same thing she and her fucking son Carter tried to do to me again, to steal my money, to steal my rights, to steal my identity. Once again, they tried the same bullshit. And I have been fighting. That's what I'm fighting for, is what they already tried to do. Okay, discredit me, label me as mentally ill, unstable, this, that, and the other. All their little fucking labels that they have to label you with, right? Really, why don't we label you, Kenny and Carter? Maybe it's my turn to fucking put a label on you, since you seem to think you're so good at that. Mr. I have a wife, Kim, who's a fucking whatever the fuck, clinical psychologist for schizophrenia. What the fuck does she know about schizophrenia? Just because she went to Pepperdine and has a fucking master's degree in it, does she really know what that even is, I bet? Who knows? She probably did. These people are just fucking fake. They live in that fucking LA. They're fake. They act fake. They behave pretentiously. That's how they are. And I don't know why. They think I'm so dumb to not see through that fucking facade. They've been targeting me for years with all this shit. I don't talk to any of these people. They're not my family. At least Carter and Ken. You know what? Good luck. Have fun. But I don't want to hear about you. I don't really care. I've been trying to build my own life, and they try to fucking interfere and ruin everything when it has nothing to fucking do with them at all. What I do has not one fucking thing to do with those people. It's my life, my decisions, my path, not theirs. I don't live in goddamn fucking LA. I'm not trying, this is my life that they're fucking up because of their envy and pathological narcissism where they want to control my narrative. And no, you can't do that. I can't, it's not like I'm going to go walk into somebody's fucking life after 20 something years and say, hey, now that I have some money, I'm going to buy you. Fuck you, you fucking narcissist little frat boy. Who the fuck do you think you are? That's my message to you. You better fucking leave me alone. And quit exploiting me. Because that's exactly what they've been doing. Using my entire so-called family, which I don't, like I said, fuck those people. I don't give a shit anymore. They're not my family. To me, they're not. Maybe I'm related to them, but they're not my family. The people on my mother's side, I no longer have anything to do with those people. And I've chosen to not, I don't want to know what they're doing. I don't really care anymore. I don't. I give up, and I'm not interested. I see what they've done to me, and that's probably at the influence of Carter or Kenny, and they've all turned against me. So it is what it is, and I've gotten used to just talking to myself, talking to the fucking walls, to the fucking tree outside, whatever, anything but those people, because they don't validate one fucking word that I say anyway. So what's the point? I validate myself better than these people. Or a stranger will understand me more than those people ever will or could. Because they haven't been through half the fucking hell or fires that I've had to walk through. They haven't had to go through that. They haven't had to fight they've never had to fight for anything. My entire life has been one big fucking fight for my rights, for my everything, a fight, a battle, and I shouldn't have to live like that. Nobody should have to live like that if you haven't done anything wrong. So the gym, back to the gym. So that shit at Canton House, and then the will. So she was punishing me all along, doing this, trying to set me up with human trafficking, trying to get me killed, trying to get me fucking thrown in the mental hospital so that I would die or lose credibility. But it failed. Her fucking plan backfired. Sorry, Kenny Baldwin, you're not so fucking smart after all with your fucking little masters in psychology. I don't give a shit. I'm not your fucking victim anymore, Kenny. So sayonara to that shit. Now that you're 80-something years old and supposedly living in Mexico, go find another victim, because I'm not your fucking daughter anymore, and I'm sure as fuck not your victim of your fucking narcissistic abuse. And I wish other people could understand what I'm talking about, but you can't. How could people possibly begin to comprehend what I'm talking about unless they have a narcissistic mother or half-sibling narcissistic psychopath brother who's a control freak? No, they don't understand. They don't. But I'm not your scapegoat. I'm not your fucking punching bag. I'm just stating facts for my own legal records, because I will find a lawyer to fight this shit and take it to the fucking Supreme Court until I get justice and what's mine legally. I'll keep fucking fighting. That's what I have to do, and that's what I was born to do. Whether you like it or not, Kenny and Carter and all the fucking flying monkey narcissists you've sent to try to fuck up my life, including that fucking probate case, Pamela Ray King, Melinda Lee, all these people who went against me. You know what? Good. I don't fucking care. Let them all go against me. At least I speak the truth and stand up for myself. At least I can do that much, and I'm not afraid to speak up, because most people are afraid to speak up. No, I'm not, because I've had to go through it. And what do you want me to do? Stay silent? Stay silent and let these people fucking stomp all over me and violate my rights, do contracts behind my fucking back, and exploit me more than they already have? No, I will not let that happen anymore. That's wrong. It's illegal, and it's immoral, and God does see everything. So here's some bizarre shit about the gym. Ever since that probate crap, and Carter getting all involved with everything I'm doing, trying to fucking overtake my life like I'm a contract. And whatever happened with that shit that I signed with that Lindsay Roberson character, that real estate crap in Kerrville that they forced me, manipulated me into fucking signing that. If I didn't sign it, Kenny said she'd kick me out of this house and I'd be living in the streets if I didn't hurry up and sign those fucking documents that Lindsay Roberson of Austin, Texas sent to me. Hurry up and sign it. Carter's push it. Like it was such an emergency. So I did. They pressured me into signing shit. And I was like, I don't want to sign that. I told them I don't want to sign it. I was like, well, I don't feel comfortable doing this. They pressured me. And I was bribed and blackmailed by Kenny. I was going to end up homeless if I didn't fucking sign it. She threatened to kick me out of my house if I didn't sign that. That's what that bitch did. She said, if you don't sign that, there's going to be a for sale sign on that house, and the locks are going to be changed when you get back from... That's what she said to me. So I was like, okay, fine, I better do... And I was, what would you do? How would you feel if your own mother did that to you? You'd probably, you know what I mean? All the coercive abuse these people use on me for years of this kind of shit. So anyway, all that shit happened in Kerrville, the flooding and all that stuff, and Lindsay Roberson was on the news, and her property got destroyed in Kerrville. Oh, how ironic! What a slap in the face. I guess that's part of karma, but I don't know. I could be wrong about that. But anyway, the flooding happened without any kind of warning. Just Kerrville fucking flooded like that, and I have no idea what happened to Alan's property. I have no idea if the house is probably not. It was on stilts, just that little cabin that he had on that acre, on that property, in a floodplain, of all places, across the fucking golf course. I wonder what happened to his property. Should I drive to Kerrville and go play the role of investigator and go, hey, Melinda Luna, it's Lindsay. Melinda, let's go for a walk. Melinda, I want to talk to you. Hey, Robert Fott, guess who's here again? Can I go get my fucking paintings out of the fucking shed that probably got washed away? Good thing I got my fucking paintings right, asshole. Shit, doesn't God work in mysterious ways, though, really? Seriously, I know that people are like, oh, no, this is all done karma, in my opinion. This is karma showing itself in real life, what happens when you fuck people over with strong DNA and strong ties to the spiritual realm like myself. Don't fuck with me, because you people think it's a fucking joke, don't you? They do, but I'm warning you, don't fuck with me, because shit will happen to people who do that, and I have the power to make stuff happen with my mind. And you people underestimate me all the time. You're wrong. You're wrong about me. And I'm warning you, because I've gone through fucking hell and back and survived because of these goddamn people. And you're not my friends. I don't owe you a fucking forgiveness or an apology. Stay the fuck away from me. Those people that did this shit to me, you can stay far the fuck away from me. Because I know what they did, and they did it intentionally to make me crazy or dead or jailed, arrested, and their plan fucking failed, dumb fucks. Boo-hoo. Look who rose from the fucking fire alive still, despite your goddamn stalking, harassment, agents sent to fuck with me and sexually abuse me and all. Oh, but I'm still here. Look at who's still here, Kenny, Carter. Look who's still running her fucking mouth. Look at the bitch talking. She's still alive. So today at the gym, back to this something else, I go to the gym today, and it's Sunday, and I kind of had a feeling who would be there today. I guessed properly that a certain person was going to be there. She's new, and I had never talked to her before, but when I was leaving, I decided I'm going to go up there to the front desk and just say hi and introduce myself, because I have never seen her before, and I was curious. So I went up there, started talking to her. Her name is Jessica. A woman who's maybe my age or a little older, I don't know. Brownish, dirty blonde, brownish, short kind of hair. And she has really pretty blue eyes. And she's very nice. I had a little conversation with her, and I just said, where is Vincent, by the way, the manager? And she said, I was like, he's never really here, is he? And she said, well, no, he's not really here, and he's about to transfer to Live Oak location. I said, really? Live Oak? And I was thinking, okay, that's funny because I said, I just answered that survey a couple days ago and sent them an email because they were curious about what my feelings and my thoughts about the gym. And I said I wasn't very nice. I told this woman because I felt like whatever. I started telling her because I've been going to that gym long enough to see and, whatever. And I told her, I didn't give a very good review because I said there's a lot of things going on here. And I was being very direct about it this time. And then she said, well, yeah, he's not here much anymore, and he's transferring to Live Oak location. And she said she just transferred from that location. And then she mentioned the name of somebody named Kelly. And I said, oh, doesn't that woman work at the Goliad location? So there's somebody named Kelly is a manager of the Goliad location, whereas it used to be a guy named Matthew, this somewhat shorter statured man named Matthew, and I was going there for so long. He was working at the Goliad location, and supposedly now he's at the Quarry. I've only been to that one a couple times. It's off 281, the Quarry Market or something. I never go there. I've been there a few times. It's just I don't really go to that. I don't go to that location, but I go to the one at Goliad. And I go to the one at Highway 78, and I go to the one at 151 sometimes in US 90. And the one at Pat Booker, Live Oak, I've been there. I've been to the one at, what's it called? They're Babcock, whatever, that one, which I think is no, it's not a franchise. I believe it's corporate, but it's a smaller one off of Callahan exit or something, and I've been there. And that place, I like it. I like it because they have the machines I like, and the people are nice, okay, decent. I don't know any of them, but there's one woman who worked behind the desk, and she's just really rude. She was just belittling me one day, and it was just very intrusive and mean. And I was like, why are you treating me this way? I didn't, what's going on? It was really rude, and so that's not the reason I stopped going there, but I haven't been back there since, I don't think. But she was her name was Liz, and she was just kind of not very nice, not very friendly at all to be working behind a front desk. She just was real cold and rude compared to other people who work there. There's some really nice people who work there, but she was just, to me, she was really rude because she doesn't like me. Whatever, big fucking deal. So, but yeah, that she said that he's going, that Vincent, the manager of that Highway 78, Walsham, is going to Live Oak. I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, no wonder he's never here. And she said he's going to be going there by August 1st. I said, well, who's going to be the manager here? She said Natalie. I said, who's Natalie? She said, you've never seen Natalie? I said, I don't think so. I was not here for a while. I left for a while and then kind of came back, but I've noticed there's a lot of new people. Who's Natalie? And she said, Natalie's a brunette, kind of short stature girl. I said, oh, yeah, I think I have seen her around. So there's some girl named Natalie, who I guess was the assistant manager now, and she's going to be the manager. But when I was going there regularly for quite a while, there's an assistant manager guy, and I don't remember his name, this Hispanic guy. I don't know what happened to him, but I guess he's not there anymore either. And there's a girl named Annette who sometimes goes there and sometimes works maybe she doesn't work there on the weekends anymore, but she used to, and she teaches a class sometimes on like Thursdays or Saturdays. I've only seen her a couple times. I think she still teaches a class here and there because I did see her the other day. And then I know that they have a trainer, this guy named Hispanic guy. He's a cool guy. I don't know his name. I forgot his name. What's his name? Something. Anyway, they have a personal trainer there, Hispanic guy. I forget his first name. And then they have this girl who's a personal trainer named, what's her name? Brianna, I think. Yeah, so those people are new, or she's new. She wasn't there when she's new-ish, I guess. And, yeah, and then that's it. Other than that, and they have some new staff. This girl named Abigail, or Abby. She's okay. She's okay. sometimes. She's okay. She's nice to me for the most part. But there's another girl who her last name is like Sweeney, but she's I don't know, she doesn't. Anyway, these are just new people. Nonetheless, they are mostly new people. I don't know any of them very well at all, but I know that some of them are new. They're always changing people at the gyms because I suppose these people mostly are really, pretty young. A lot of the people who work there are probably in their 20s, pretty young people, so they probably come and go. Some of them last longer than others, but I've had, look, back in the day, I've had jobs like that where I'd stay a year or less or a month and leave or get, I know what it's like when you're younger to be working in a customer service job or whatever. I've been there, done that myself. I have even worked in a gym. I worked at 24 Hour Fitness in Houston right after I broke my hip, as a matter of fact, and I couldn't fucking hardly walk. I was still using a walker, but I'd have to get there at 5 a.m. and open the fucking place up at 5 in the morning off of the I-10 freeway in Houston. And I was still limping and I was in a lot of pain, but I ended up quitting that job. It was just too much pressure. I liked 24 Hour Fitness, but it was kind of weird to work there for whatever reason. Because I had been going there as a member for so many years, and then all of a sudden working there when I had a broken hip, or I had just broken my hip, was really strange for me, kind of. But, yeah, so, anyway, I don't know Gold's Gym. It's kind of, people keep telling me I should try that Crunch, or people have asked me if I've been to Crunch Fit. Some people I've run into at the gym, they're like, have you been to Crunch Fitness? I'm like, no, I haven't ever been there. But I don't know what kinds of machines they have at that place, but there's only a few of them that I know of. One of them's way out. They're not that close by. They're all very far away. Seems like any gym that I somewhat even like is so far away from where I live. I mean, that's why I'm getting so tired of the drive. It's like I can do the same thing. If I have the machines here at home, I can do the same fucking thing at home, even though it's going to be burning hot or freezing cold. I can still manage to do it, but it's going to be different once I finally invest in myself and quit fucking driving so much and all that shit, all that stress that the driving alone causes me just to get there. And then all the crap they do to me to isolate and humiliate me and embarrass me with the fucking gaslighting and gang stalking shit. It's enough. I've heard enough already. Enough corporate abuse. I don't want to do it anymore. I'm 50 years old. I'm not afraid to state my age. Yes, I'm 50 years old. I'm a mature woman now. I've been through enough, and I don't want to put myself through more torment, more humiliation, more anxiety and stress that I don't need to be doing anymore. It's gonna fucking kill me. It's gonna stop that unnecessary stuff. So I'm gonna start investing more in myself, my own health, and not put myself through so much shit anymore, and not give a fuck what these fucking people do with their stupid fucking gaslighting, using the media to try to do this shame crap, because that's what they're doing. They're trying to drive me out of there anyway. They're trying to get me out of there, and ironically enough, it's like, all this stuff that's happening, I believe they signed, and I'm thinking of something that happened to me not too long ago when I was going to that gym, that Gold's Gym out there at 151 in US 90. I had gotten affiliated with somebody named Ty Lopez. I don't know him personally, but he's some entrepreneur man. I think he's got a YouTube channel, and I get a lot of emails, stuff in my email box about this, and I was like, but of course they want money. But I started corresponding with some of his people, and then I got on a conference call once, and it was somebody named John Steinbeck or something. And I remember this because I never do Zoom calls on my phone. I couldn't even get Zoom to work on my phone for the longest time. I couldn't download it on my cell phone. And so one day I'm leaving the gym, and I kept getting these text messages. Join Ty Lopez conference call can you make it at 12:30 or whatever, right when I'm leaving the gym usually is around that time. So I'm like, I'm kind of like driving. I can't really do a Zoom call when I'm driving on the freeway. That's kind of dangerous. So one day I decided, okay, fine, I'm gonna try to download it when I get to the. I stopped at the Chinese restaurant on my way back. This was several months ago. I don't remember exactly when, about 3 months ago, maybe more, something along that time frame. I stopped at that whatever fucking Chinese restaurant on New Braunfels, North New Braunfels, over there by the HEB area. I went there, went through the drive-thru, and as I'm doing that, I'm at the same time listening. I had downloaded Zoom when I first got there. When I'm waiting, I downloaded it on my phone. I was able to get it, and I opened up the application, and there's this man talking. Some guy named John Steinbach or something. And he's talking about property and and talking about investing in properties, and that he's some kind of an entrepreneur and that he worked with Ty Lopez and he's going on and on. Some white man with some Caucasian looking guy with glasses. And I'm like, who the fuck is it? You know, I was already feeling kind of overwhelmed. And so he's like, sign it, Lindsay. Who's in? Go ahead, sign it. Are you going to sign it? And I think that my phone disconnected or something. And I think I don't know what that was about, but the way they're pressuring me so much to hurry up and get on that Zoom call, and the way it's all timing when I'm at the gym and shit, I was like, okay, yeah, that's a coincidence. But I don't know if they signed something without my presence there. But I almost wonder, what did they sign? Because they were urging me to sign some kind of contract. And they made me agree to something, or they basically were trying to manipulate me into saying yes about something, which I don't even know what it was. And I certainly didn't physically sign anything and send anything over, though, that's for sure, because I would have had a record of that. I didn't sign anything. But they were verbally asking me and I was like, I was confused. I was overwhelmed. I had just gone to the gym. I was like kind of tired, and I was wanting to eat something and go home and go pee. But that's called pressure. Right there's an example of people pressuring you. And I don't know exactly what that was about, because that man just fucking disappeared. This John Steinbach person who's affiliated with Ty Lopez. So I don't know. But I don't know what that was about. But ever since then, a lot of weird shit's been happening to me, especially when I go back to that gym location. A lot of strange stuff has happened to me. And various Gold's Gyms, and I can't help but wonder, is this all somehow related? You know, the way my mind works and the way I put pieces and patterns together tells me that there's something. Call me crazy, call me stupid, but I feel that ever since that probate case in Kerrville, when I was exploited and duped into my inheritance, or screwed out of my inheritance, etc., and lied to and mistreated and treated like an idiot, taken advantage of by these people. I feel that they know that I like to go to the gym. They know what I like. They know what I was trying to do. They knew my passions and my dreams. Did they exploit me? Did they sign contracts without my consent? Is that what happened? Is that what they're doing now? Or is that what they did, and now they're trying to cover their tracks and act like they didn't do that, or act like what exactly are they hiding from me? Because I can assure you that my intuition is in high gear, and the things going on around me are no coincidence. It's not just some random coincidence that all these things are happening, and people are giving me little hints and clues about shit. So clearly there's something going on financially behind my back, and that's why these people come and go out of my life, opportunists trying to exploit me. It couldn't possibly be all connected, could it? Well, you can be laughing at me and calling me stupid and crazy all you want, but at the end of the day, I see everything, and nothing gets past me, because I remember everything with my photographic memory. So their little fucking tactics of mind control, behavior modification, and military fucking shit is not going to work on me anymore. Because I guess I've kind of beat them at their own fucking game, and now they don't know what the fuck to do. People getting fired, and having to quit their jobs, and why is that? What happened? Exactly what happened. No, they don't want me to know, but everybody else is free to know except me, right?